Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Friends, welcome back to Football Gupshup Watchalong. We have got the World Cup 2022. It is Qatar versus Ecuador, and it is the first half. So the World Cup begins, guys. And I'm sure that you guys are pretty excited. So am I. And I can't wait for this tournament to start. And this is going to be one of a really good tournaments. I am really expecting some of the good things to happen. So let's see what is going to happen. So we're going to go through the Qatar team lineup. We have got Saad, Pedro, Bassam, Koki, Al Karim, Abdul Karim Homam, Al Hados, Karim, Aziz, Afif, Al Moiz. Whereas in Ecuador, we got Galindez, we got Preciado, Torres, Henkepi, Estupinan, Plata, Mendes, Casedo, Ibarra, Valencia, and Estrada. So the first World Cup match begins. This is going to be really exciting, and I can't wait for it, guys. This is turning out to be a pretty exciting time in this moment, and I'm sure that you guys are going to be excited as well. The FIFA World Cup is going to begin, and Qatar Ecuador will kick off. So let's see what is going to happen. This is going to be really interesting to see what is going to happen in this game, and I'm sure that you guys are going to be very excited to see who is going to win this match. So before we begin this, guys, please do subscribe to Football Gupshup. It'll be very nice if you guys can really subscribe to Football Gupshup. And the referees are going to have the toss. They're going to conduct the toss. So it is going to be interesting to see what is going to happen. So let's see. And right now, Qatar versus Ecuador is about to take place, and it is going to be interesting. So let's see what is going to happen here. And right now, it is Ecuador who are getting lined up, and it is going to be interesting to see what they will do. And right now, it is going to be exciting, and they are showing the visuals, they're showing the formation. So apparently, Ecuador are going to play 4-4-2 in a classic 4-4-2 formation. So this is going to be interesting. So let's see what is going to happen. You can see the fans inside the stadium, the Qatar coach getting ready over there, Felix Sanchez, as well as you can see the Ecuador manager as well. So this is going to be really interesting to see what is going to happen. So I'm sure that you guys are going to be really interested. So this is going to be interesting to see who is going to win this game. Right now, so far, we can clearly see that it is going to be very interesting. Right now, Almoiz Ali is right there. So let's see what is going to happen. And he has got 41 goals in 92 games. So I'm sure that is going to be under pressure to score for Qatar. Remember, they are the Asian Cup champions in 2019. And I'm sure that the playing in the home crowd is going to be really interesting. So let's see what is going to happen. And right now, you can see the players are taking the positions, and the match is about to kick off. Let me get the timer for you guys, and it will be on your screens. It is going to be interesting to see who is going to win this game. Right now, the ref is getting ready and marking them. So let's see what is going to happen here. And it has kicked off, guys. It has kicked off. The FIFA World Cup 2022 has kicked off, and you can see straight away Qatar are going direct at the goal, and it is Ecuador who are trying their best to stop them. So this is going to be interesting. And right now, Qatar are still with the ball. Let's see what can they do. So I'm sure that the timer is on your screen right over there. It has already kicked off, so it is going to be interesting. Right now, Qatar nil, Ecuador nil, and you can see straight away Qatar are going a little bit direct, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen. And the Qatar player just goes down on the ground. So right now you can clearly see that Qatar have got the possession. Ecuador are just sitting back in their own half. Qatar once again with the ball. Let's see what can they do. Right now they have got the ball with them. They're playing with three at the back. There is one defensive midfielder, and right now Qatar are trying to push the ball front and up ahead. Once again intercepted by Ecuador. Ecuador right now trying to take the ball forward, but Qatar have got the ball back and they're playing out from the back. So this is going to be really interesting to see what is going to happen over here. And I'm sure that you guys are going to be excited as well. Right now, ball is with Ecuador. And in this moment, you can see them. They're trying to go forward on the left side with Estupinan right now, but there is been a foul given. Caicedo has been fouled by the Qatar player over there, and the referee has apparently given it a foul. So let's see what is gonna happen over here. You can clearly see that the player just went rammed into him and he was down on the ground. So free kick has been given to Ecuador and Caicedo is being held up. So let's see what is going to happen now. It's going to be really interesting to see. Once again, the ball is almost at the halfway line. And right now, the Qatar players are going back into their own defending spot. So this is going to be interesting. We're just going to see what is going to happen over here. Right now, you can once again see Qatar players are trying to be as much as close to the free kick, but the referee is going to have the word with one of them, and he's going to ask them to come a little bit backwards. And right now, Ecuador with the ball. I think they're going to go towards that right side. There are plenty of players in that area. Once again, the ball goes up, and the goalkeeper jumps and punches it, not able to clear it. Ecuador still trying their best, trying to take the shot, and they scored. Ecuador has scored the first goal. What a mistake by Qatar, and it is Valencia who has put Ecuador ahead. They have scored a goal, and the goalkeeper has made a mistake. So right now, Ecuador has scored the first goal of the tournament, and you can clearly see that the Ecuador fans are really celebrating, and they can feel it that they have got a very easy goal. And you can see that the Qatar defense was bamboozled over there. They were caught out, so it is going to be a goal. And right now, a goal has been scored. So there you go, guys. A goal has been scored, and it is Ecuador who have scored the goal right now. Things are looking very interesting, and Valencia is the one who has scored the goal. Nobody was expecting it, but it has been scored. So right now you can clearly see that the goal has been scored by Valencia, and it was a mistake by the goalkeeper and the defense. They weren't able to clear the ball away from that danger area, and Valencia jumps up, puts his header through the net, and the first goal of the World Cup has been scored, and it is Qatar who are leading at this moment. So there you go, guys. Valencia scoring the goal, and there you go. Things are looking very interesting, and let me put it out over here. Valencia scoring the goal, and right now it is Qatar nil, Ecuador 1. So they're checking the goal. They're just checking the goal just to make it sure through the VAR technology. Remember that back in 2010 they didn't even have the goal line technology, but now this time around they have all kind of technologies such as VAR checking the offside, checking any kind of foul. So the VAR is going to make a check on that goal and if it's going to be given or not. But anyway, the goal has been given, and you can clearly see the VAR is having a check, and it is a goal. It has been given a goal. The VAR has given it a goal, and it hasn't been given. It hasn't been given. So no goal. The offside has been given, guys. It hasn't been given. So goal VAR review. And how come? How come? I don't get it. The offside has been given, and for some reason I don't get it. That how come is it given? And goal disallowed. So there you go. Goal has been disallowed. So it is Qatar nil, Ecuador nil, and I don't understand for the reason why it has been given an offside. Don't understand the reason why it has been given an offside, but it has been. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove the goal and bring back the old score of nil nil. So there you go, guys. The goal has been disallowed. It was a goal scored, but it was disallowed. Right now, Qatar, once again, I've got the ball, trying to push the ball forward. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what is going to happen over here. Right now, the ball has been pushed forward. Once again, the goalkeeper comes out and collects the ball. This is going to be interesting. And let's see what is going to happen over here. Right now, the ball is with Ecuador. They have got the ball, they have got the possession. Once again, they're trying to go forward. This is going to be a little bit interesting. Let's see what they're going to do with this one. Once again, the ball has been pushed back, and right now you can clearly see that it is with Ecuador. Ecuador once again with the ball is stooping on the left flank, trying to push the ball back towards Hinkepi. Hinkepi right now pushing the ball back towards the defense. So, guys, this is going to be very interesting to see what can Ecuador do now. The goal has been disallowed, and for some reason, I don't understand the reason why was it disallowed. For some reason, I don't think so. That was fair, but anyway, the goal was not given. So let's see what is gonna happen. Right now, once again, you can see clearly that Ecuador have got the ball, pushing the ball forward, but once again, Qatar with three-man defense are making sure that any kind of threat has been pushed back. So this is going to be interesting. And right now, you can clearly see once again the ball has been pushed back. So this is becoming very interesting. Let's see what is going to happen over here. And right now, the ball has been pushed forward towards Valencia. Qatar once again trying to clear that ball out. So this is going to be interesting just in fact that you can see the Ecuador manager over there, and you can clearly understand the frustration that what he would be feeling right now. I think he would be feeling that he was wrong. So that might be the case. But anyway, eventually we're going to see what's going to happen. Once again, Ecuador have got the ball. This is going to be interesting. So right now, Ecuador with the ball. The ball has been pushed forward into Casado. Cleared away by Qatar. Right now, Ecuador with the ball, pushing that ball into that left flank. Ball comes inside. Once again, Ecuador on the ball right now. This is going to be interesting. And right now, you can clearly see that Qatar are trying their very best to stop the likes of Ecuador over there. They are trying to defend and they're doing that man marking quite brilliantly. But you can clearly see that Ecuador are the ones who are having more of the ball, whereas Qatar are just holding on to their position. Once again, the goalkeeper comes out and punches the ball clearly over there this time. Right now, you can clearly see that Qatar have got the ball. Let's see what can they do. Are they going to go direct? Are they going to keep hold of the ball? And the captain isn't able to hold it, and he misses the ball over there. Right now, comes back to Ecuador. Ecuador right now on the ball. This is going to be interesting. Qatar once again losing the possession of the ball over there. So once again, you can see that it is Qatar who have made a foul. So Ecuador win a free kick. Bassam is the one who makes that foul over there. So this is looking quite interesting. And I'm sure that the key would be here is if somehow right now Ecuador have got the ball. Let's see what can they do. This is going to be interesting. A free kick is about to come in. Ball comes in, and Qatar once again trying to clear it, trying to play the ball forward. It is with Ecuador. Ecuador right now with the ball, trying to push it forward on the right flank. Once again, Ecuador trying to beat their man and on the right flank, but the ball has been pushed out by Qatar, and it is going to be a throw in. So Qatar nil, Ecuador nil, 11 minutes into this game. So once again, you can clearly see that Ecuador are trying their very best and trying to beat their man. And right now, it is Ecuador with the ball. Let's see what can they do. They have got the ball on the right flank. This is going to be interesting. Once again, the ball comes in and the ball has gone out. It is going to be a corner kick. It is going to be a corner kick. So 11 minutes into the game, Qatar nil, Ecuador nil. So right now you can see that Qatar are going to make sure that they do defend this corner kick. You can see Ecuador are pretty much aggressive. So the referee is having a word with the players inside the box. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what is going to happen over here. And right now things are getting quite interesting. Right now Ecuador once again on the ball. Let's see what is going to happen here. Ecuador once again on the ball. This is getting interesting. Right now you can clearly see that there is something ongoing between the Qatar and Ecuador player, and right now Casado gets a warning from the ref. He gets a warning from the ref. This is going to be interesting. Corner kick taken, kept out by Qatar. The ball has gone out, and right now it is going to be a throw in. 12 minutes into the game, there was a goal earlier in this match which was disallowed by the VAR, and the reason was given because of an offside. So the goal wasn't given. So this is going to be interesting. Right now, you can clearly see Ecuador once again on the ball. You can clearly see ball being passed back to Stupinan, Stupinan to Quesedo, Quesedo back to Stupinan, and this is getting more interesting. Right now, Hinkipi with the ball. Let's see what is going to happen. Being pushed all the way towards the right. Right now, ball is being pushed forward. This is going to be interesting. Right now, Ecuador once again on the ball. This has been moving towards the left flank, and the ball has gone out. That was a very bad pass, and Caicedo is really furious with his teammate over there. He wasn't expecting that, and right now, right, the pass which was given, I think that was the reason that the player was given an offside. So that was much more clear on based on VAR. So that was the case, and that is the reason it was ruled offside. So anyway, right now Qatar have got the ball. This is going to be interesting what they're going to do. Right now Qatar once again on the ball, pushing the ball direct into the center. Once again intercepted by Ecuador. They have got the ball. This is turning out to be quite interesting. We're going to see once again what's going to happen here. Ecuador once again trying to push the ball forward. And right now, ball coming in towards Qatar. Qatar with the ball right now. And it is still nil-nil. 14 minutes have gone into the game. So this is becoming very interesting to see what is going to happen. Right now, Ecuador with the ball, trying to go forward. You can clearly see once again the ball has gone through the center. There's a chance. And Ecuador, I think that's going to be a penalty. That is going to be a penalty. And Qatar have made a big foul. A penalty has been awarded. And a yellow card for the goalkeeper of Qatar. Penalty awarded to Ecuador. And a yellow card has been given, guys. A yellow card has been given. And a penalty has been given to Ecuador. So that means Saad gets a yellow card. The Qatar goalkeeper gets a yellow card. And this is going to be interesting just to see what is going to happen with this penalty. Will it be a goal? We're going to wait and see. Will it be a goal? This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Right now, Ecuador have got a penalty, and it is Valencia on the ball, and he puts it in the back of the net this time. The goal will stand, and the goal will stand, guys. The goal will stand, and the goal has been given. Valencia do score the goal, and Valencia have scored the goal, guys. He has scored the goal for Ecuador, and Ecuador coming together for the celebration. So a big occasion for Ecuador. I'm sure the fans are going to celebrate. So Valencia scores a goal, and this time the goal will stand. So the goal will stand over here, and that means Qatar nil, Ecuador 1. Guys, please do subscribe to Football Gupshup. It'll be very nice if you guys can please subscribe to Football Gupshup. This is going to be really nice just to see what's going to happen in this game. And once again, you can clearly see that Qatar are trailing. So it's going to be interesting to see what is going to happen in the remainder of the game. This is turning out to be quite interesting. And you can clearly see once again the ball is with Qatar, who are trying to go forward and trying to beat Ecuador man. But the ball has gone out. Will it be a corner kick? And Qatar looking for a corner kick, but it hasn't been given. It hasn't been given. It is going to be a goal kick. So Qatar right there. So Saad gets a yellow card for making a foul on the Ecuador player. So that is going to be the case. Right now, you can clearly see that it is Qatar nil, Ecuador 1. Let's see what is going to happen in this game. This is going to be very interesting to see. Once again, you can see the ball is with Qatar. They're trying to play the ball forward. Ecuador once again on the ball. This is going to be interesting. Right now, the ball has been pushed forward and still being played out to the back. So this is going to be interesting. And right now, you can clearly see that Ecuador have got the ball. This is going to be interesting. Once again, Ecuador with the ball right now. And let's see what is going to happen. Right now, the ball is with Ecuador 19 minutes into the game. Qatar nil, Ecuador 1. So 19 minutes into the game. And Valencia has already got on the scoreboard. Right now, the ball has been pushed to Estupinan. Estupinan with a cross and almost Ecuador were about to get their second goal, but the player just went crashed into the Qatar goalkeeper. Both are down on the ground and they are both in pain. You can clearly see that Ecuador player just went through the Qatar goalkeeper. But anyway, it would have been called an offside. And you can clearly see that Estopinan was in an offside position. So even if the ball would have gone into the back of the net, it would have been given an offside. Estopinan, who plays for Brighton, right over there, putting a cross in and almost meeting it with a header. So 20 minutes into the game, this is turning out to be quite interesting. Just to see that what is happening over here. Right now, you can clearly see that the player is in pain over there and trying his best. So right now, 20 minutes into the game, Qatar nil, Ecuador 1. You can see the Qatar manager in great concentration, just trying to see what he can do, anything different. Once again, the ball has been pushed forward. Right now, Ecuador on the ball, but Qatar are able to win the ball back over there. So this is turning out to be quite interesting. Right now, the ball has been put forward. Once again, Qatar trying to get to the ball, pushing the ball forward. And right now, Ecuador once again trying to press that ball ahead, but the ball has gone out. It is going to be a goal kick. So Valencia scoring the goal for Ecuador. And right now they are ahead. So this is going to be very interesting. Right now, Ecuador are kind of pushing Qatar, but it seems that Qatar will have to respond in terms of equalizing. Right now, Qatar have got the ball. So let's see what is going to happen. Ball being pushed. Once again, it is Ecuador on the ball, and this time it is going to be another yellow card. And I think this is going to be for Abdul Muiz, I think. And you can clearly see that he didn't catch the ball over there. So he might be in trouble. There is going to be a yellow card. So there you go. It is going to be a yellow card. So right now, Al Muiz gets a yellow card. Al Muiz Ali gets a yellow card, guys. So Al Muiz gets a yellow card. So that means it is going to be yellow card for Qatar. Right now, the ball comes in once more, headed inside. And right now, you can clearly see that it is Qatar who are trying their very best to defend in, trying to make sure that they do defend in right now at this moment. Once again, the ball has been pushed by Qatar forward, and the ball is going into that zone. Let's see what is going to happen. Will there be any chance right now? Ecuador once again on the ball. So this is getting very interesting. Let's see what is going to happen. Right now, the ball has been pushed back. Ecuador with the ball right now. So Ecuador with the ball right now, trying to run with the ball forward. They have got the ball right there, trying to push it onto the left side of the pitch. And you can see Ecuador making that run forward. So this is turning out to be quite interesting. Once again, you can clearly see that Qatar are trying their very best to stop the likes of Ecuador. Qatar right now pushing it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper right now pushing it forward. Right now, Ecuador still once again on the ball. Right now, Qatar with the ball. This is going to be interesting. Once again, the ball has been pushed forward, but there has been a foul made, and it is going to be given a free kick. So let's see what is going to happen here. Things are getting very interesting. Right now, the ball has been pushed back, and Qatar once again with the ball. This is going to be interesting. Right now, trying to make that run forward. So let's see what is going to happen over here. Right now, ball once again with Qatar. Qatar right now trying to push the ball forward. And guess my team, guess your team, full time gamer. Uh, Please do press the like button and then I will tell you your team. I think is going to be Portugal. That's what I think. Your team is going to be Portugal. Full time gamer. That's what I think. Your team is going to be Portugal. What do you think? Is your team going to be Portugal? Do think so that your team is going to be Portugal. So that's what I think. Am I right, full time gamer? What do you think? Right now, ball being pushed and the ball has gone out. It is going to be a free kick to Ecuador, it seems. So 25 minutes in, and Qatar are struggling. That is true. I do knew about your team, who you're going to support, and it is going to be Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal. So that's what I think is going to be. Right now, once again, Ecuador with the ball, trying to push the ball back. And let's see, this is going to be interesting. Right now, Ecuador on the ball, trying to push the ball forward. Comes into Qatar right there. And once again, they're trying their best to win the ball, trying to push the ball forward. It is Ecuador on the ball. You can clearly see once again they're trying to push the ball forward. It is with Ecuador right now. And this is going to be interesting. Once again, Qatar trying to run forward over here. And let's see, this is going to be interesting. So the ball has gone out. It is going to be a throw in. So right now, Felix's Sanchez is having a look. Right now, this is going to be interesting. Once again, the ball has been pushed in towards Ecuador. Ecuador on the ball right now. Once again, the ball has been pushed forward, and Qatar once again trying their best to intercept and put the ball out. So Qatar nil, Ecuador 1. So things are getting interesting at this moment. 27 minutes into the game, Qatar nil, Ecuador 1. Once again, Ecuador pushing the ball forward. They have got the ball. Let's see what is going to happen over here. Once again, Ecuador on the ball, trying to push the ball forward. And right now, Qatar nil, Ecuador 1. Once again, ball push forward. Let's see what is going to happen over here. Ecuador once again on the ball, pushing it onto the left hand side. And right now, Ecuador trying to push that ball towards the back, towards the defense. Once again, right now, it is Ecuador with the ball. This is going to be interesting. Once again, the ball has been pushed forward. Ecuador right now trying to push that long ball in towards the center. Right now, Qatar trying to defend, and let's see what is going to happen. Ecuador with a shot, the ball goes out. It is going to be a goal kick, and you can clearly see Qatar fans in great numbers turned out in the stadium, and you can see that they are making their noise heard. They're making loud noises, and once again, Qatar with the ball trying to push the ball forward. And right now, a foul has been made, and it is going to be yellow card this time for Caicedo. So Caicedo gets a yellow card for his foul. So right now he gets a yellow card. 29 minutes in already. So once again, Qatar with the ball, trying to push the ball onto the left side, and you can clearly see Qatar once again trying to push the ball forward. So let's see what is going to happen. Right now, Ecuador with the throw-in. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what can Ecuador do right now. Qatar nil, Ecuador 1, and 30 minutes have gone in so far. Qatar nil, Ecuador 1 at this moment. Ecuador once again trying to push the ball in, trying to push that ball into that central zone once again. You can clearly see Qatar with the ball, and the ball has been pushed onto the left hand side, but once again the ball goes out. If I have to say that Qatar, how they're playing, they're not playing that good in terms of possession. It is Ecuador who have got more of the possession. They are much more technical, they are much more clinical. So I can say that Qatar are not playing that good as they should have been. And you can clearly see that the case with them is not looking strong. So let's see what they're going to do. So once again, ball has gone out. It is going to be Qatar nil, Ecuador 1. Right now, ball being pushed in by Caicedo. Caicedo right now trying to go inside. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see what is going to happen over here. And a shot taken, and Ecuador has scored another goal. It is Valencia who's put in another one, and Valencia has scored another one for Ecuador. Things are looking quite good, and a goal has been scored. So Ecuador are ahead, guys. Ecuador are ahead. Things are looking quite good for Ecuador. They have scored two goals in quick succession, and things are not looking good for Qatar at this moment. And the Qatar fans are disappointed. They weren't expecting it to be. And Valencia has scored another goal right now, guys. Valencia has scored another goal. And Valencia scoring a goal right now. So, a goal has been scored. and they're showing it from the replay. Based on the replay, what happened was apparently the cross came in from the right flank, and Caicedo jumps, and nobody was marking him, and he scores a goal. So Valencia has scored another one, and he puts his team ahead. So things are looking quite good. And there you go, Valencia scores for Ecuador. So things are looking quite good right there, and it is going to be interesting. Right now, it is Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. Nobody expected this. So anyway, this is the case. Once again, Qatar with the ball, trying to go forward on the left flank. Right now, Qatar are going to push ahead, going a little bit direct. Cross comes in, played away by Ecuador. Qatar are trying to recover the ball right now. Once again, the ball being pushed in. Qatar with the shot, and it goes over, and the ball has gone out. So 33 minutes in, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. This is turning out to be quite interesting. This is turning out to be quite interesting, and you can clearly see what is happening. Is turning out to be very interesting right now at this moment, and you can clearly see that the ball has gone out right now. They're showing the replays of Valencia's goals, and he has started his World Cup account by scoring two important goals. And I think Qatar have been caught out quite surprisingly. And you can clearly see that the Qatar fans are very much disjointed, and they are pretty much dejected in terms of what they're witnessing right now. Once again, there's been another foul committed by Qatar, and the Ecuador player has gone down on the ground. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see what is going to happen. You can clearly see that Estrada was being in collision with Pedro over there. And right now, it is going to be a free kick for Ecuador. 34 minutes into the game. This is turning out to be very interesting. So let's see who is going to win this game in this moment. Right now, you can clearly see that Ecuador once again on the ball. So right now, 35 minutes in, and Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. So Ecuador are about to put that ball in, and the ball goes inside. Once again, Qatar trying to clear that ball out. Qatar right now pushing the ball forward onto that left hand side, and Ecuador once again intercepting it, pushing it back to the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper gets it. He's going to put it long. 35 minutes into the game, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. And right now the ball has been put back. Once again, Ecuador on the ball, trying to push the ball forward. It is still with Qatar. They're having the ball at the back with the goalkeeper, pushing the ball forward. And right now, you can clearly see that Ecuador once again trying to keep hold of the ball, and Qatar play goes down on the ground. So it is going to be an advantage to Ecuador. So they're going to keep hold of the possession. They're going to make sure that Qatar do not get to the ball. This is going to be very interesting. Let's see what is going to happen. Once again, Ecuador with the ball right now, trying to play the ball back in towards the defense. And once again, Ecuador have got the ball. This is going to be very interesting. Let's see what is going to happen. Once again, the ball has been pushed forward, long in towards the Qatar's half. And right now, there has been a foul committed, and the play goes down on the ground. There is going to be another yellow card for Kareem, for Qatar player. So another yellow card right now, guys. Right now, the Qatar fans are watching from the stands, and you can see them. They're very much disjointed. And Ecuador fans are really celebrating, and you can clearly see them being very happy. And you can see the celebration. They're really enjoying it. They're really having fun. The Ecuador fans, and you can clearly see that they're really having a go, and they're really enjoying it. Right now, a free kick has been given, so this is going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen. And right now, Valencia is getting up, the captain, who has scored 2 goals already. So this is going to be interesting just to see what is going to happen. So Qatar nil, Ecuador 2, and 38 minutes into the game, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. So let's see what is going to happen. Felix Sanchez watching from the sideline, and you can clearly see that he's pretty much disjointed, and perhaps that he's not happy, and you can clearly see the reason why it is. So let's see what is going to happen in terms of what can he do in order to change this team fortune. It is going to be interesting to see what can he do in order to change his team fortune right now. Ecuador once again on the ball. The ball has been pushed forward, and the goalkeeper jumps up and collects it. So 38 minutes into the game, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. Right now, ball being pushed back to Qatar. Qatar right now on the ball. Let's see what is going to happen over here. Once again, ball is with Qatar right now. Qatar once again on the ball. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what is going to happen here. And right now, ball has been pushed towards Valencia, making that run forward. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what is going to happen over here. And right now, once again, you can clearly see that there was a foul committed by Valencia. So this is going to be interesting just to see what is going to happen here. And right now, we can clearly see that Qatar once again with the ball, trying to go forward. And they have got the ball. This is going to be interesting just to see what is going to happen here. Right now, Qatar once again trying to go forward. And they still have got the ball. They are trying to go onto that left flank. And the ball has gone out. It is going to be not given as a corner kick, but as a free kick, because the referee thinks that the Qatar player just went on the ground quite easy. And the Qatari fans are now trying to raise the morale of their team. And you can clearly see that they're trying to raise the morale of their team. They're pretty much supporting their team right now, and you can clearly see that they're trying their very best to raise the morale. So let's see what is going to happen. 41 minutes into the game, it is Ecuador who have scored 2 goals. And right now, the ball comes in towards Ecuador central zone. Once again, Qatar are trying their best to push the ball forward. Right now, Qatar once again trying to beat their man. And it is with Qatar. Qatar right now trying to go forward. They have got the ball. This is going to be interesting. Ball being pushed into that zone, and the ball goes out. So 41 minutes into the game, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. We still have got 5 to 6 minutes. So that was really good in terms of what we were seeing over there, and that was really brilliant. And once again, the ball is with the ref, and I think the free kick is going to be given. Right now, ball has been pushed forward. So right now, Qatar once again on the ball. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what is going to happen here. And right now, the ball has been pushed back to Qatar. Qatar was again once again with the ball, trying to put it forward. Still trying to play it forward. Still with the ball right now, and the ball being pushed in. But Ecuador put the ball out. So 42 minutes in, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. And you can see that Valencia is down on the ground holding his right knee. So he might be injured or something. Just have a look at the replay. What happened was he came in collision with the Qatar defender and he goes down on the ground holding his knee. So 42 minutes in, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. Things are turning out to be very interesting. Let's see what is going to happen in the remainder time of the game. So once again, you can see Valencia is down on the ground. Let's see what can they do. Guys, please do subscribe to Football Gupshup. We are really trying our best to grow the platform. So please do subscribe. Right now, Qatar fans are in celebration. You can clearly see what they're trying to do. They are clearly celebrating at this moment. And this is turning out to be very interesting. Let's see what is going to happen here. And I'm sure that it is going to be interesting. Once again, the ball has been played, and this is turning out to be very interesting. So right now, ball is with Qatar, and they're trying to push the ball forward. They would want to get that goal and just try to see if they would be able to get it. But once again, it is Ecuador with the ball. Let's see what can they do. Still on the ball right there, trying to put the ball forward. And I think you can clearly see that what has happened over here is it is turning out to be a little bit hard. And Qatar are trying their very best to go against Ecuador. Ecuador once again on the ball. And Ecuador once again pushing the ball back. And let's see what can they do, trying to push the ball forward. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what can they do. Once again, the ball being pushed out forward. And right now, you can clearly see that it is looking as if Ecuador are going to win this game. So this is going to be looking quite interesting. Once again, the ball has been pushed forward, and right now you can see that 5 minutes 5 minutes stoppage time has been given. So 5 minutes stoppage time has been given. This is going to be interesting to see what is going to happen here. And right now, Qatar once again with the ball. This is going to be very interesting. Once again on the ball, let's see what can they do. Pushing the ball out on towards the right. Right now, Qatar once again with the ball. This is turning out to be quite interesting. Once again, Qatar trying to push the ball forward. And right now, Qatar have got the ball. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what is going to happen here. Once again, the ball being pushed in. Right now, Qatar once again on the ball. And still on the ball, trying to go out onto the right. Playing that ball in. And once again, Qatar with the ball. Trying to put that ball into was the right centre back position. So this is turning out to be very interesting. Right now, Qatar once again with the ball, trying to go forward, putting the ball onto the left flank. Right now, Qatar once again with the ball. Right now, the ball has gone out, and this is going to be very interesting. The ball has gone out, and right now, 4 minutes, 3 minutes remaining. Let's see before the end of this halftime. Let's see if we can see Qatar getting that goal. It is going to be really interesting to see what is going to happen over here, and I'm sure that it is going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen. Once again, you can clearly see that Qatar have got the ball right there, trying to play with that ball, trying to play it out to the back. They still have got the ball. Right now, the ball has been pushed forward onto the left flank. Qatar making that run in. Once again, Ecuador on the ball. This is going to be interesting. Ecuador once again trying to beat their man, trying to go forward. Still on the ball over there, but there has been a foul committed and the play has gone down on the ground. So there is going to be a free kick, it seems. So Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. Right now, Felix Sanchez is on the sideline looking and giving instructions, and you can clearly see that he's not happy with some of the things that his players are doing. So he might have a word with them when they go into the halftime, and there might be a slight change in the formation and maybe in some of the tactics. Right now, Ecuador once again on the ball, and you can clearly see that Ecuador trying to play out from the back. They are trying to play it forward, and once again on the ball, Ecuador looking for options. Still on the ball there, trying to run forward. Right now, ball goes in, and Qatar once again on the ball, pushing the ball forward. 3 minutes, 21 seconds has gone out already. So let's see what is going to happen. Once again, Ecuador on the ball, pushing the ball forward. Ecuador on the ball once more. This is turning out to be very interesting. Let's see what is going to happen. And right now, ball being pushed forward. And Ecuador right now with the ball, trying to push that ball forward, and you can clearly see Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. So the play has gone down on the ground, and the play has gone down on the ground. And once again, Qatar have got the ball. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what is going to happen here. Qatar once again on the ball, trying to play it out from the back. So 1 minute remaining. Let's see what can Qatar do. This is going to be interesting just to see what is going to happen over here. You can clearly see that Qatar are trying their very best, but so far we haven't seen anything evidently that would say that they would be able to win it. So it more or likely depends upon what can they do, and this will get interesting as the time passes by. So let's see what is going to happen. Right now, cross comes in, and Qatar misses a chance, and Al Muiz misses a chance to put the ball in the back of the net, and that was the best chance that Qatar had in throughout the whole game, and you can clearly see him missing that chance, and that was the best chance for Qatar. That was really good play by Qatar, and you can see that the cross comes inside, and he misses it. He should have put that into the back of the net. What a miss that is, and it's going to cost him a lot. Felix Sanchez, quite disappointed over there. So halftime has been given. The halftime whistle has been blown, and the halftime has been given. So there you go, guys. Halftime whistle has been blown, and it is going to be halftime. So let's see what is going to happen over here. So halftime has been given, and the halftime has been given. So we're going to close the timer right now. And what we're going to do is we'll be going into halftime and we're going to be speaking about the game a little bit and see what has happened so far. You can clearly see that the case in terms of Qatar is more or less about Ecuador playing a little bit good. And right now it is Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. So Ecuador have been playing quite good. You have to give credit to Valencia that they have got two chances and they have scored out of those two. So they did pretty good in that game in that first half. So you can clearly see that what they were trying to do was they were trying their very best and they were able to score a lot of goals. and you can clearly see that Qatar are a little bit struggling. They are trying their best, but they are struggling. So let's see eventually what will they be able to do. So right now it is going to be halftime. They're showing the replays of those goals, and you can clearly see that in terms of who's playing good, I would definitely say that it has been Ecuador, then Qatar, and the reason it seems that it might be the fact that they are trying their very best, but so far, it's more or less about who's going to win this game, and that is the case. So let's see what is going to happen. So, guys, tomorrow do remember that we're going to be having more games, and we will be having the games such as Senegal against Netherlands. Then England will be playing against Iran. I think that's going to be the first game, England against Iran, and then it'll be Senegal against Netherlands, and then USA Wales is going to be the last game. Then on Tuesday, the four-game Mania begins, and the first game is going to be Argentina against Saudi Arabia. The second game is going to be between Denmark and Tunisia. The third game is going to be between Mexico and Poland. And then the fourth game, the last game of the night, is going to be France against Australia. Whereas on Wednesday, we will be having Germany against Japan, Spain against Costa Rica, Morocco against Croatia, Belgium against Canada. Then on Thursday, we will be having one of the bigger games, which is I'm going to tell that later. Switzerland against Cameroon, Brazil against Serbia. So Brazil are playing Serbia on Thursday, whereas Uruguay will be playing on against South Korea, and Portugal will be playing against Ghana. I think that is going to be the real key game. Then on Friday we will have once again the same group: Qatar against Senegal, Netherlands against Ecuador, Wales against Iran, and then England will be playing USA. So those are going to be the games going forward. So let's see, this tournament will turn out to be one of good tournaments. So let's see what will happen then. So I think Qatar will be very disappointed with the performance that they have given, and I'm sure the case is more about what they can do. They should be able to do more, but so far we haven't seen any evidence that they are doing anything strongly. So you can say for a good reason that they need to do better. So far, they haven't been able to do so. So let's see what is going to happen. And I'm sure it is going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen in the second half. And remember, guys, Ecuador could have been 3 goals ahead if not for that an offside, which was just a leg. If not for that offside, it would have been a goal. So once again, you can clearly see what are Ecuador trying to do right now. Guys, we're going to take a short break. We're going to take a short break and we are going to be right back. Right, guys, the players are about to come out for the second half. So far, you can see that clearly that it is Ecuador who are winning this game. They could have been 3 goals ahead if not for that disallowed goal by Valencia. I think in terms of calling that offside goal, I think in case that if you would have seen that not for that leg, I can easily think that Ecuador would have been 3 goals ahead. But anyway, the players are coming out onto the pitch, out of the tunnel. So it is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting to see what is going to happen in the remaining games. So once again, you can clearly see that the players are coming out onto the pitch. So the players are coming out onto the pitch. So Ecuador are coming out onto the pitch. So this is going to be interesting. Right now, the Qatar coach is on the touchline, and right now the second half is about to begin. So it is going to be interesting to see what is going to happen. Right, it has begun and the match has started, guys. The match has started. So the second half resumes. Second half resumes. So second half resumes, guys. Right now, ball is with Ecuador. Let's see what they're going to do. Once again, they're on the ball, trying to play out from the back. Let's see what can they do. Are they going to push the ball forward? Ecuador once again with the ball right now, pushing the ball onto the right flank. And once again, it is Ecuador with the ball, pushing it forward right now. Qatar with the ball, trying to beat their men, and still it is with Ecuador. Ecuador once again on the ball, and right now Qatar have just won the possession, trying to play the ball forward. Qatar are going to make sure that they keep more of the ball now, and they will try their best to be a little bit more technical. I think Qatar players need to wake up. I think the better of the emotions have got them, and they really need to wake up from this. And right now, ball is with Qatar. They have intercepted. Once again, they're on the ball. This is going to be interesting. Ball being played in towards the center. Right now, Ecuador are trying to retake the possession. Qatar once again on the ball, trying to go forward. It is with Ecuador. Ecuador right now on the ball, trying to run in from that left flank, still trying to go forward. And you can clearly see they are on the ball, but so far the evidence that we have seen, once again, the ball is back with the goalkeeper. So right now, you can clearly see that it is Qatar with the ball right now, trying to play out from the back. Once again, playing it forward. Qatar once again on the ball. This is going to be interesting right now. Qatar once again trying to play it from the back. They have got the ball. They've got the possession. This is going to be interesting. Ball being played forward. Right now, Qatar once again on the ball. Trying to go forward over here. Still running with the ball right now. And ball being pushed out onto the left. Qatar once again on the ball over there. And the play goes down on the ground. And it is 48 minutes in. Ecuador 2, Qatar nil. Qatar once again pushing the ball back. So 48 minutes into the game, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. Once again, the ball being pushed out onto the left. and Qatar have got the ball. Qatar once again trying to play out from the back over here. Once again trying to go forward. Ball being pushed onto the left flank and the ball goes out. So 49 minutes in, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. Right now, once again, the ball has been pushed forward, and you can clearly see that the goalkeeper comes out and collects it. So Qatar is worse than I thought. They're terrible. What is the problem with Qatar? Why they're not performing? Don't know, guys, what is the reason. But so far, I can only understand one thing, and which is that Qatar are not trying their best to play the natural game. I think they've been overwhelmed by the emotions, and you can clearly see. I think that they are just insecure, and you can clearly see that they are not playing up to their strength. Ecuador, on the other hand, they would have been 3 goals ahead if not for that disallowed goal. And I think that Valencia was really unlucky over there because of that leg. So thank you, Billy, for tuning in. Hopefully, you are enjoying the World Cup. The World Cup is here tomorrow. It's England against Iran, and I'm sure that you guys will be tuning in for those games. So it is going to be interesting to see what is going to happen tomorrow. And once again, it is Qatar with the ball. Let's see what they're going to do. They have got the ball right now. Let's see what can they do. They're going to push the ball front, and once again they try to loop the ball over, and the ball has gone out. I heard a fact just at the beginning of the transmission, and that fact is really bamboozling. I do not know if you know about this fact that the Qatar players, all of them, majority of them, they play in the Qatar league, and for some reason, oh, all right, okay, Billy, that will be no problem. But don't worry, we'll be here, and hopefully England will win the first game. And let me give you this update. This is really funny that what happened apparently. Qatar players, they play in Qatar league, and the Qatar Federation, apparently they stopped the league in September so that the players could gel together, playing at the national football camp together, and they're gonna stay together for at least for a period of 4 months so that they can gel together for. So they stopped their league, they stopped all the teams playing, and the reason they wanted to do this so that the players who are going to be selected for the national team could be gelled together for a period of 4 months. You have to play 3 games in the World Cup, and for that you're just going to close the league for 4 months. It's utterly ridiculous. That's what I think, and I think they might have to pay the cost for this. If you're not playing any competitive game for 4 months, I don't get it. No matter if you have won the competition such as Asia Cup, which was back in 2019, like almost like 3 years back, and now you're expecting your team to perform in the World Cup stage with your players not playing any competitive game for the period of 4 months. Imagine not playing any league games in September, October, November, and it happened in the middle of September, so you could say 2 to 3 months. So your players haven't played any competitive game for the period of 3 months, and now you're expecting them to perform in the World Cup. I mean, is utterly ridiculous. Is utterly ridiculous. When I heard this, I was just like thinking, what the heck? What the heck were they thinking about? It doesn't make any sense. You know what they were trying to do? They were trying to do the same thing which France did back in 1998. They did the same thing, but they did it for 1 month. They didn't do it for 2 months or for 3 months. They did it for just 1 month. And I think it was not even a month. It was like about 26 days, 25 to 26 days, something like that. And whereas Qatar, they stopped their league for like a period of 3 months, and now they're expecting their players to play these 3 competitive games at World Cup. It's bonkers. It's utter bonkers. And Qatar are lucky that they're not down by 5 or 6 nil. Imagine when they play Netherlands. Imagine when they play Senegal. So right now, you can clearly see Ecuador are trying their very best to beat Qatar over here. So let's see what is going to happen. Once again, Qatar have trying their very best, but so far they've not been able to. So the medics are on the ground just trying to see. And the Qatar player is trying to get up. And let's see if he'll be fine, it will be okay. And Felix Sanchez is watching from the touchline. So let's see what is going to happen. So let's see what is going to happen here. Qatar once again on the ball. And right now, 54 minutes in, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. Once again, Qatar with the ball right now, trying to beat their man, trying to take the ball forward, but Ecuador with close, high pressing. You can clearly see that they're not letting them anything at this moment. Once again, Ecuador with the ball. Let's see what is going to happen here. This is turning out to be really interesting. Let's see what is going to happen. Right now, Ecuador with the ball. Take the shot. Stopped by the Qatar goalkeeper. That was really good goalkeeping. Once again, the ball has been cleared. And Qatar are really trying their best to make sure that they don't concede more goals. Once again, Ecuador on the ball. Trying to go forward. Still on the ball there. And the ball has gone out. And Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. So that was a very good stop by the Qatar goalkeeper, making that important save. And right now it is going to be Preciado who's going to put that ball into the box once again. You can clearly see that Qatar are trying to play the ball over there. And once again, they're on the ball. The player has been brought down on the ground. There's going to be a yellow card. Let's see what is going to be the case. And Mendes gets a yellow card. It seems he made a foul. So Mendes is going to be given a yellow card. Thanks, Billy. Thanks, very nice. I kind of prepared it for the World Cup, and that's what I was waiting for. And I am thankful that you really did like it. So, when you see in full, this is how it looks, and I'm sure that you are liking it. So, there you go. So, right now, let's see what is going to happen over here. So, a yellow card has been given to the Ecuador player. I was kind of looking what did I need to do in the background, so kind of found this. So right now, 44% in terms of contest, it is Ecuador who are trying to battle it for all kind of balls. So let's see, it is going to be interesting. And so once again, you can clearly see that Ecuador are trying their very best to beat Qatar. Let's see. And hopefully you would have loved the graphics as well. And it really took me some time to build these graphics, but finally I was able to do so. So hopefully you would have loved today's graphics as you can see on your screen. And I really tried my best to build these graphics. So there you go. Right now Ecuador once again on the ball. You can see that they're trying to go forward. Tomorrow we'll have plenty of good games as well. Remember guys that we'll have plenty of good games tomorrow. We will have also, like, for example, it is going to be tomorrow Senegal, Netherlands, England against Iran, USA against Wales. So let's see. Right now, Ecuador once again on the ball, trying to push the ball forward. They still have got the ball. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what they can do. That's very nice, Billy. That's very nice. When I started this channel, basically, I really didn't had any quips about how do you do this, and I just started from scratch. I didn't know how to do this live stream. I didn't know, basic editing. All those kind of skills. It's just that once you get into these things, then you enhance your skills, and you tend to basically learn every single day, and every single day I'm learning all these new things. And it's just that you put your mind to it, you put your heart to it. And I think the most important thing is my love for the game. uh, you know my prediction was 1-1, but now it's probably going to be 4-0. Me too. I think that disallowed goal was a little bit harsh. I think that leg, because of the VAR technology, it was a little bit harsh. So I think that they would have been 3 goals ahead. So anyway, let's see what will Qatar do. As I was saying, the thing is, the reason I started doing this because my passion for the game, because I love this game so much. And the first World Cup that I saw was back in 1994. I remember Roberto Baggio was the one who really kind of captivated me, and I was encapsulated to him. He was like that magician. And if you would go back on YouTube and look the way he played that tournament, I was quite astonished to see that he was injured most of his career. He played in Italy and he was injured almost of his career. And the best tournament that he had was the World Cup 1994. And trust me, he was my inspiration. And I really loved him. And I didn't knew about Pele. I didn't knew about Diego Maradona. I didn't knew about these names. I didn't know even about Romario, who played in that World Cup. The player that I know was Roberto Baggio, and that was my first love. And then my second love was Alan Shearer. Like, as soon as I saw Alan Shearer, it was like, you fell in love into a thing that, like, there's so many strikers in the world. You can say Bergkamp, you can say Robin van Persie. They got that magical footwork, they got that technique and quality, right? But with Alan Shearer, it was like, it was, he was more than a striker. He was more of a personality, and I think that in 1998, they should have done better, but for some reason, I think Argentina, they had the better of it, and England were knocked out. So for me, that was really disappointing. And I think the worst heartbreak came in 2002 and 2006, because that was the golden generation. And I remember I never cried. I think the first time I cried was when Roberto Baggio missed that penalty. And after that, it was back in 2002 and 2006. Like, I remember that was the best chance that England ever had in terms of winning the World Cup. And I think I always blame Ericsson. I always blame him because he had the best team and he spoiled it. And that was the best chance for England to win the World Cup. He wasted the golden generation because of his tactics. And yes, exactly. Exactly. Those are quite early days. And if you go back, I think if you look back at history and if you look at the facts, the best chance that England ever had to win the World Cup was in 2006. Like, that was the best team on the paper. There were nobody, 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 not even Brazil, not even Argentina, not even France, Germany, Spain, nobody. It was supposed to be England's World Cup. And guess what? Our number one nemesis, Solari. Solari was the one who knocked out England through Brazil in 2002 World Cup. And in 2006, he becomes Portugal's manager and coach. and he knocks us out in the quarterfinal with Portugal. So he was our number one nemesis, and I can't believe even up till now. You remember Chelsea hired Solari? Do you remember his days as the Chelsea manager? He was taken out of the job. I think he lasted about what 40 something days or 30 some days, and he was kicked out of Chelsea. And he was the one who knocked out England in 2002 and 2006. I mean, that was just unbelievable. But anyway, so since 1994, my journey up till here, and I would say this is my what? I think this is my eighth World Cup. This is my eighth World Cup. So that tells you everything. Eighth World Cup. So let's see what is going to happen. Once again, you can see Ecuador with the ball right there. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what can Ecuador do right now. Once again on the ball. They are trying their very best to put the ball forward. And that is what Ecuador are trying to do. Right now, Ecuador once again trying to push the ball forward, and the ball goes out. It is going to be a throw in. Let's see what is going to happen. So, right now, the Qatar fans are 2010 was your first World Cup. All right, okay, that was the South Africa one. Frank Lampard ghost goal, which wasn't allowed because goal line technology was not invented. And because of that goal, thankfully, we have got the goal line technology. And because of that goal, we have got the VAR. And in that World Cup, it was Spain. Basically, if I want to talk about that World Cup, I would be creating some kind of controversy, but it's not me. Is because that Spain won that World Cup, and we do have the question marks of that World Cup because of Spain. And if you guys do not know about the fact that what happened was apparently the Spanish team, that contingent was mostly made up of Barcelona players. And if you do remember that Barcelona players had this, you could say, an incident in which their blood samples were tested and there were some drugs found out in those blood samples. What it means is that there was basically enhancement drugs involved in those bloods, and for some reason the evidence got lost. And because of that evidence got lost, the case couldn't be persecuted. The case couldn't have progressed because of the evidence were gone. And if you look on the internet, you can still find some documents on it, some news on it, that apparently the Barcelona players and the Spanish players were having some sports enhancement drugs in their blood samples. So there you go. Imagine if that would have persecuted, what kind of controversy should have it would have caused. And I think because of those reasons only Chelsea really were the one who really kind of took the brunt of it. Because remember, whenever Chelsea came up against Barcelona, they were always not being favored by the authorities. So that is the reason I think that if Barcelona were persecuted, if they were caught out through that evidence that they were using these sports enhancements drugs and those kind of things, then I'm sure that Chelsea would have been taking the benefits of it, and Jose Mourinho would have won the Champions League with Chelsea. For which reason I think that they were robbed. And specifically, if you do remember that semi-final against Barcelona, they were specifically robbed. So that's what I think. But right now, Ecuador are going to make a substitution. So let's see what is going to happen. And, I still do think so that Barcelona should have been persecuted. And they did use those sports enhancement drugs. And for some reason, the evidence got lost. Let me find out that article for you. Let me send out you the link. Barcelona used sports enhancement drugs. I think I would be able to find it. Right, I have got this article, and there you go. And there it is. You can check this article out, Billy, and you will be able to find a lot of things about this. You can check out these articles and you will find out more about it. Let me. Anyway, this is the articles that I found. You can check it out. And their sample tests were sent into the lab, which I think that same laboratory had also got some samples from the Russian athletes, and those Russian athletes were banned from the Olympic Committee. So there was clearly some samples, there was some evidence, and when they went, the persecution team, when they went in to examine those samples just to see further what was the test saying, apparently that the same laboratory where the samples were, they said that the samples were lost, they were damaged, and they were lost, and they had no clue where those samples were. Imagine that. Imagine the irony. And I think, so many teams were robbed because of this. I think, that if those players would have been caught for using that substance, trust me, they wouldn't have won those Champions Leagues. They wouldn't have won those international, those Euros, those World Cups. It would have been some other teams. And for some reason, they were robbed. They were completely robbed. So, it's just one of those things that which are not being reported, which are not being tended to, and completely illegal stuff being used. And sometimes I don't get it. This world is not fair sometimes, and the reason people, when they speak about VAR, listen, I am not against VAR. I think the VAR is here to stay. It should stay because the game should be fair. Now, what you could argue is the people who are using that VAR, those people are not competent enough. Those people do not know how to use that technology. So for you to say that if VAR is good or not, I think everybody, including me, everybody should focus and emphasize upon it, including all those top-notch critics. Gary Neville, you got Graham Souness, all those guys. What they guys should be emphasizing upon is that those people who are the authorities, who are the referees, who are using that technology should be trained more, should be able to use that technology in the best competency level. Only then VAR will be fruitful. But until and unless you will have some imbeciles running that VAR technology, then there will be always controversy, regardless whatever technology you want to bring in. So until and unless you do not train them properly, you do not tell them what they need to do, what they're supposed to do, the VAR is going to be criticized, is going to be made a devil, it will be made a kind of a negative thing in football, where I think no, it's not the case. The case should be that the people who are using their technology should be trained more, should be apparently having more time on the technology. They should know how to use it, and best way to put it is the interpretation of the law needs to be better. That's what I think. So let's see if that will be the case. Once again, ball being put in, and it is with Ecuador. Ecuador right now with the ball. Let's see what they're going to do. Once again, the ball being pushed forward onto the left flank, and Ecuador still on the ball. This is going to be interesting. Right now, exactly, exactly. You need to bring in referees. Imagine that you got somebody who knows how to ride a motorbike, right? Or who knows how to ride a car, right? And suddenly you ask them, you know what? We've got a brand new jet fighter on a runway, and we would think that you would be the best person to apparently ride it. I mean, that would be like really, like really. And I, for the love of the game, I do not understand that how would that person would be able to ride a jet fighter, because that will be utterly bonkers. It will be utterly nonsense, and it's just taking a Mickey out of the system. Because whenever I see VAR decisions, it's not because the technology is wrong. The camera cannot be wrong. What wrong is the interpretation of the law. The referees making the same decision in one game is completely the opposite in the same kind of thing, same kind of opportunity, same kind of location, and they're giving a different kind of decision, which really is exactly. That's how you should put it. I mean, they don't know how to use that. They don't know how to interpret the law. So for me, I think that having VR in this game makes the game fair. And the more this game is fair, the more better it is. Now, just recently, we got the news of Ivan Tony. Apparently, he was being subjected to an inquiry by the FA that he made some bets. And we do know that betting is illegal for the players who play the game, and I think that is genuinely the right thing to do, because if they start betting and if they start taking the bets, they can do spot fixing. They can do things such as where they could apparently settle the result out between themselves and not play the game. So basically, they will be just taking your money and making more money out of it and giving you what they are not supposed to give you, which is an honest game, which is an honest 90 minutes of game. So for that reason, the authorities make sure that any player involved in betting schemes or in betting act, they are going to get a ban. And those kind of rules I agree with, because if you want an honest game, if you want a game with integrity, I would take that rule. But if you are going to have incompetent people running the authorities of the game, no way. Like same thing with Barcelona, they were supposed to be persecuted, not because we support Chelsea, not because we support the English teams, or not because we support Italian teams. It's not because we support German teams. No, if an English team is being caught doing the same thing, ban them. If the same thing is done by the German teams, ban them. But you cannot let a group of players or any individual or any group of people to get the advantage, I would say illegal advantage, and let them be a legal thing and let them have their way, which is utterly wrong, and it should not be allowed. And for some reason, I do not think so. I mean, the way Barcelona had that dominance in the football world, the reason why Lionel Messi won so many Ballon d'Or, the reason why Barcelona won four Champions League in that duration, I mean, that should be questioned straight away. It should be questioned straight away. And I remember Jose Mourinho, he pointed out so many times. He didn't come out in open, like complete open, but he did point it out. And nobody was willing to go for it. Nobody was willing to go for it. And eventually, the word came out that that is the case. So when the word came out, what were the authorities doing? Why didn't they pursue a just inquiry? Just a just inquiry. That's it. And if they would have been found guilty, they should have been banned. They should have been banned. They should have been set an example for all the other teams, for all the other players, regardless they play in Europe, in any other continent. And for some reason, it wasn't. Uh, I've just seen Benzema is now out of the World Cup due to an injury in training. That is true. Benzema is heading back. He has got an injury. He's been injured for, I think, for the whole of the season. So let's see what is going to happen. He has been he has been given. I think he has been injured. So that is the case. So let's see what is going to happen. Right now, ball comes in. Ecuador once again. They have a chance. Take the shot, goes over the bar. Qatar are trying very best to stop Ecuador over there, but it was an offside. It was an offside. An offside has been given. And so far, I'm really liking this new VAR technology being put in this World Cup. You can see that the cameras are really catching those offsides quite clearly. And I think the refs have got something on their watch. As soon as that thing happens, they do get a warning system or something. And I think the technology has improved a lot. So let's see what is going to happen. And once again, you can see that Qatar are trying their best to stop Ecuador. Will they be able to? We'll wait and see. And right now, you can clearly see that the ball is being played in. And Ecuador once again with the ball, trying to play the ball forward. They still have got the ball right now. It is going to be interesting to see what is going to happen. Right now, the ball has been played out forward. They still have got the ball. Right now, Ecuador with the ball once more, trying to play out forward. It is still with them, and it is going to be interesting. Just let's see what's going to happen right now. Ball being pushed forward, and Ecuador on the ball once more. So it is going to be interesting. Let's see what is going to happen now. And right now, they have got this chance. Qatar are trying their best to make that stop in. Will they be able to do so? That is another thing which we're going to wait and see. Right now, ball being played in once more. And right now, ball coming in towards the Qatar goalkeeper who comes crashing into the Ecuador player. He's hurt right now and he is trying to get up. Let's see what can Qatar do at this moment. So 81 minutes in, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. So Ecuador looking for that third goal. Will they be able to find that one? We'll see. So Plata coming into Saad over there. So let's see what's going to happen once again. It is Qatar with the ball, trying to go forward. They're still on the ball. This would have been his last World Cup, or he might give 4 years left in him. I think with Karim Benzema, I think that the problem with Karim Benzema is that he's a very good player, and I think the last World Cup in which he wasn't able to play because of that controversy of the field, I think those kind of things have really kind of not helped him because if he wouldn't have that case, he would have already won the World Cup. And he is in his best form of his life at this very moment. And I think that the fact of the matter is that it's because he had this injury in the last season and he continued to play with it. If only he would have got that injury sorted out, if he would have got that operation, then that means he would have missed the last year season. And I think he would have been able to win those accolades. And I think because of the pursuit of those accolades has resulted in him that his injury has prolonged, and that is the reason why he won't be able to participate in this one. So I think the factor of those missing the 2018 World Cup, the off the field antics, and then later he gave his best in the last season and the season before that as well. And I think it took its toll. And the reason why he's what 34, 35, so it's not helping his case. And I think he might not ever play the World Cup again, so he will miss it. Perhaps if he continues the way he's playing, maybe he might get selected for the Euros. So, but I don't think so. He'll be able to make it to the World Cup. Anyway, right now you can see that it is Ecuador with the ball, trying to play that ball in, and the ball goes out. And Qatar really need to find that goal, otherwise it is going to be game over for them. So far, clearly we can see that are seeing the evidence, it's not looking good for Qatar right now. So 83 minutes in, Qatar once again trying to push the ball forward into the channel, and I think this is going to be a little bit too much for Qatar. I don't think so they'll be able to do it. Once again, the ball has been pushed forward, and right now you can see that Ecuador are trying to go forward over here, and so is Qatar. So right now, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. 84 minutes in, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. Qatar once again on the ball, playing out onto the right wing. Right now, Qatar once again on the ball. Let's see what can they do. Trying to play that ball forward. They're still on the ball, putting the ball onto the left flank, pressing that ball in. Ecuador once again on the ball, and the ball goes out. It is going to be a throw in. So it is going to be interesting. Let's see what's going to happen here. 84 minutes in. Right now, you can see the case that what are Ecuador trying to do. Once again, Qatar with the ball right now, trying to play the ball forward. They still have got the ball. Ball being placed onto the right flank. Right now, Qatar once again trying to go forward. This is going to be interesting. And let's see what is going to happen over here. Qatar trying to go forward, but they are on the ball. Thank you, Billy. Thank you very much for tuning in. And hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow for the other games. Thank you once again for tuning in. That was really nice of you. So, hopefully, I'll see you again. And that's very nice of you for tuning in. Ecuador with the ball, but the ball has gone out. It is going to be a goal kick. Thank you, Billy. Thank you very much for tuning in. Once again, the shot taken by Qatar, it goes over the bar, and that was a very good chance. They could have scored a goal over there, and see if they would have got that goal, and then they would have tried their best to have a go once more. But anyway, right now Qatar once again trying their very best. Once again, Qatar running forward, pushing the ball onto the left, still with the ball right now, and the cross comes inside, and Qatar almost getting that first goal. Once again, the cross comes inside, and the goalkeeper jumps up and collects it. So Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. 87 minutes into the game, and you can clearly see what was about to happen over there. And Qatar fans right now jumping up and down, and you can clearly see right now the ball has been pushed inside, and Ecuador with the ball right now. 87 minutes in. This is going to be fun. Right now, Ecuador with the ball, putting that ball in. They're still on the ball. This is going to be interesting to see what is going to happen here. Once again, the ball comes inside. The ball has been pushed, and it was the goalkeeper who collects it. And right now, Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. 88 minutes have gone in already. So Ecuador do get a free kick. So this is turning out to be really interesting. Let's see what's going to happen. So let's see what's going to happen here. This is going to be interesting. Once again, the ball comes in and the ball goes out. So 89 minutes in. So let's see what is going to happen here. Right now, throw in is about to be taken. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see what is going to happen here. So right now, Estrada goes out and Ecuador making their substitutions. Right now, the Ecuador are able to put the ball out. 5 minutes stoppage time given. Will Qatar will be able to respond? Qatar with the ball right now. Let's see what's going to happen here. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what's going to happen. Once again, you can see Qatar trying to go forward and Ecuador on the ball. Right now, Qatar once again trying to play the ball forward. Qatar once again on the ball. It's going to be interesting. Qatar once again trying to go forward. Still on the ball. Ecuador making that run in. Ecuador once again on the ball. Ecuador trying to play the ball forward. Still on the ball. Putting the ball onto the right flank. Ecuador pushing that ball back. And you can see Qatar are trying their very best to put that high press in. But Ecuador are able to negate it. And you can clearly see there is evidence that Qatar are trying their very best, but so far they haven't been able to do so. So let's see what is going to happen. And the Qatar play goes down on the ground. It is going to be a free kick. Let's see what can Qatar do right now. Qatar once again trying to go forward. you can see the Qatari fans are quite disjointed and quite disappointed with their team's performance. They were hoping for a lot of good things, but evidently that hasn't been the case. And once again, Ecuador trying to go forward over here. Qatar once again win the ball. It would have been pretty nice if Qatar would have been just able to score a goal. Once again, the ball being played in, but Ecuador once again on the ball and playing that ball through the center. Right now, Ecuador once again trying to go forward over here. And this is going to be interesting. Right now, Ecuador on the left once again trying to go forward. And still on the ball right here. Putting the ball on the left. And the Qatar player is able to put the ball out. It is going to be a corner kick. So 1 minute remaining. And Ecuador will get the first win of the World Cup. They are on the verge of getting the first win of the World Cup. It might be the case that they do get the first win of the World Cup. So right now, 1 minute remaining, and we might see that Qatar will be losing the first game of the World Cup. Right now, the cross comes in, and Ecuador almost scoring that third goal. Nobody was able to come close to it. Right now, ball being played forward. So right now, Qatar have once again got the ball. It is going to be interesting. Let's see what's going to happen here. Right now, Qatar putting that ball in, and Ecuador once again putting that ball out. And it is full time. Full time whistle has been blown, and it is all over right now, guys. It is all over, and it is all over right now. Full time whistle has been blown, and Qatar have registered the first loss of the tournament. And Saad is quite evidently not happy over there. It is due to the fact that they have lost the first game of the tournament. Guys, we do know that Qatar did try their best. So Qatar did try their best, but eventually it wasn't the case. And it didn't turn out to be. It didn't turn out to be. So they did try their very best. And you can clearly see some handshakes. And they did try their best. So it is full time, and Ecuador getting the first win of the World Cup. So guys, tomorrow we're gonna go through the games that we're gonna have tomorrow. England are playing tomorrow, so Group B games are gonna take place tomorrow. England versus Iran tomorrow at 1 p.m. UK time. Then we will have Group A. Senegal versus Netherlands. Which is going to take place at 4 p.m. UK time. And then the last game of tomorrow is going to be Group B, which is going to be between Wales against USA. Sorry, USA against Wales. There you go, guys. And that is the case. So Group B, England versus Iran. Then Group A, Senegal versus Netherlands. Group B, USA versus Wales. And I'm sure that you will be tuning in tomorrow. So please, once again, guys, thank you very much for voting in. I'm just gonna end this poll here. And once again, guys, please do subscribe to Football Gupshup. And I'm sure that you guys will be tuning in. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much once more for tuning in, and hopefully we will see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice one, guys, and thank you very much for tuning in to Football Gupshup for this World Cup. We're going to be doing all of the games, and once again, thank you very much. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. England versus Iran, Senegal against Netherlands, USA against Wales, and the World Cup will continue. So thank you very much for watching again. It is full time, and it was Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Have a nice one. Take care. Bye bye.